ready?
Yeah, I think so. We have 6 more games to prepare us for the playoffs. So, yeah, we need to take those games serious.
I know the focus is on getting ready for the playoffs, but does this 19-game home point streak mean anything to you as a team?
Yeah, of course. Like, if you play good, you probably have a bigger chance to win. So, if we win games, that means we probably play pretty good.
How big was that 5-on-3 kill at the end of the second, then start of the third?
Yeah, I think that was real big. Like, I think our PK has been dialed in lately. So, yeah, it was huge for us.
How would you assess Costa's play over the last few games?
Yeah, it's been okay. Like, no, it's been really good. So, I'm happy for him.
Score 3 goals on the power play tonight. How crucial is that to when you have the power play to score?
Yeah, of course it's important. Like playoffs, it's special teams can like decide a game. So yeah, it's huge for us.
How do you feel like you're playing right now? Another goal tonight.
I don't know. Like the team. Like if the team plays good, I feel like it's make me. What do I say it? Yeah, I don't know. I just try to play my game.
When your game's at your best, what does that look like?
Have a lot of pucks. So I think we have a good chemistry. Me, Macer, and Casper. So we've played pretty good lately.
Throughout the season, you've been a consistent scorer for the team, almost where you can score whenever you please, or you're always on the score sheet. What gives you the scoring touch that allows you to make those plays?
I don't know. I think it's luck, mostly luck. So just try to put the puck on net. So yeah, I'm not sure. Hopefully it continues.
Thanks.
I felt like that 5-on-3 could have been a turning point for this game. Feel the same way?
Definitely. I'm not sure about the penalty. I kind of just had my stick stepped on, but I get it. Takes away a scoring chance. Shiner and Dids, and I can't remember who else was out there, but they did a great job. Coast too. A couple big saves, and then, yeah, I mean, I feel like if you look at the statistics for any time you kill a 5-on-3, that team wins most of the time. So.
How would you assess Costa's play over the last few games?
It's been unbelievable. Playing like a first-round draft pick for sure.
You've seen this team quite a bit this season. You'll probably see them in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else to gain about them, or do you pretty much know what kind of team they are at this point?
We know what kind of team they are. They have, a lot of skill up front. They're fast. Some big, mobile defensemen. I think it's just going to be a matter of who works harder. And I think tonight we worked a little bit harder than them.
Is there any value to get out of your team's on a 19-game home point streak? Obviously, the focus is playoffs, but is there any? Is that a point of pride for your team at this point still?
I think so. I mean, you don't want to get overly confident, but I think there's a little bit of like a quiet swagger that we have when we're playing at home, and even if there's a rough start, we always find a way to kind of manage it and get back in the game.
To score 3 times on the power play, how crucial is that to score when you guys are on the power play?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, that was kind of a point of emphasis today in our meetings is execution. There's been a stretch where we haven't been scoring on the power play, and PK hasn't been getting it done, but playoffs is so important for those special teams. So, it's going to be a point of emphasis, just dialing in the execution moving forward here.
And we got Rockford again tomorrow night. Is there anything that you want to see tomorrow night that you didn't see tonight?
No, I mean, I think we had a really good effort. Just they're really good on the rush, so just keeping what we did tonight with the back pressure and the work ethic.
What's your confidence level right now?
High, obviously. Big weekend for the team. Obviously, big 3 games in hand here. I think the team's obviously played great tonight. They have been, and it's been letting me play good, and obviously, the confidence goes up through there.
How much does the run with Toledo last year kind of help you during this run, and then once you go into the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. Obviously, back-to-back years, team I'm playing on is going a long run, but a different year. Trying to take it game by game, and obviously, point streak means nothing if we're not playing our game. So, I think overall, play good hockey, and the wins will follow. Speaking
of that point streak, I know the focus as a team is probably the playoffs, but do you still take pride in extending that point streak?
Yeah, it's cool. Obviously, kind of like I touched on. If you kind of focus on the win streak, there's other things you should kind of be focused on. So for me personally, it's going out there, saving the puck, doing everything I can to give the team the best chance to win. And luckily, it's still going here.
How big was that 5-on-3 kill at the end of the second, start of the third?
Yeah, big. Obviously, up 2-0. If they score there, it's a totally different game. Our PK did a great job, and they have been recently. So, not surprising, but it was a big kill for the team.
How do you feel the defensive unit has done without Edmondson the last few games?
Great. Obviously, yeah, losing Simons is a big hit, big loss. A great player, but a lot of guys have stepped up, and yeah, we really haven't skipped a beat, and playing really well right now.
Is there anything else you can kind of? I mean, you've played Rockford a lot this season. You'll see them again tomorrow. You'll probably see them in the playoffs. Is there anything else you kind of know who they are as a team at this point?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, playing them a lot of times, division rival. So, it's nice kind of getting these games, and obviously for a goalie, I see what they like to do in the O zone and on their power play and stuff like that. So, it's nice kind of knowing what the other team is, but skilled group over there, and they're not easy to play against.
Do you feel this team is playoff ready?
Yeah, for sure. I think continue to build, and if it started tomorrow, I'd be confident in this group to go out and win game one. So I think use this last couple of games just to really hammer little details, and I think once the playoffs comes around, we're gonna be firing at all cylinders.
When you're playing your best, what does that look like?
Solid and calm, I think. Just being in position, using my body, my size to my advantage, and talking lots with the D-men, clean post entries and exits and everything like that. I think just a calm game, I think, is big for me.
Do you feel like you're playing the best hockey of your career right now?
Yeah, up there for sure. I think the D-cores, helping me out a ton. But yeah, they're helping me, and obviously the confidence is high. Going on this long run, it's fun, and just continue to build from here.
With from beginning to now, it seems like the product you've been putting out on the ice has just gotten better and better. What do you think development-wise is working for you? Just talk about your development overall.
Yeah, obviously, a lot of things throughout the year that we've been focusing on. My skating, number one. When I'm beating passes and being in a good position, that's huge. And then, from there, kind of like I touched on, the D zone. Limiting odd man rushes, limiting turnovers, and really limiting their grade A's. Obviously that's helped me a lot. And then, when we're playing good, consistent hockey, the confidence goes up for myself and the group, and everyone's kind of clicking right now.
It feels like this defense is playing lockdown, limiting quality chances on either you or Hutch. What do you see from the blue line? What do you see from just the entire team's defense?
Yeah, no, it's everyone. It's all five guys on the ice. The forwards, tracking back hard and, limiting, odd man rushes like that, and, blocking pills from the point. I think the defensemen are just playing a simple game right now. Pucks out when they can, when they don't have another option. I think just overall, it's a confident group, a lot of talk back there, making itself easy for each other.
Feel like this team's playoff ready?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good start. We talked about making it hard for our opponents down the stretch. That's the way we want to play. I thought tonight was a really good step in that direction. Just the commitment level to defending, commitment level to competing. We know how important this weekend is for us against a good Rockford team, and our guys showed up to play today.
Can you gain anything else from playing this team? I mean, you've played them a lot this season. You're probably going to see them in the playoffs.
Well, I think that's what we can gain is just knowing them even better, knowing their strengths, their weaknesses, trying to poke some holes in those, making sure we're up to the task on special teams. That's going to be huge. Tonight it was big for us. So I think just knowing our opponent even better is going to help us down the stretch.
How would you assess Costa's play the last few games?
He was excellent. I mean, this is a great bounce back game. He wasn't overly great last game, but tonight, again, I've seen that several times in the past, and he had a really good bounce back game, seeing the puck, challenging shooters, being big around the crease. It's good for him.
How big was that 5-on-3 kill at the end of the second?
Massive, yeah, massive. They've got a really good power play, some really high skill players, and our guys are committed to doing whatever it took. Some good stick detail, a couple big blocks. Those three guys were out there for most of that 5-on-3, did an excellent job. And again, those are opportunities and areas where we talked about where we have to step up in those moments, and tonight was a good step in that direction.
How do you feel Berggren's been since his recall back to Grand Rapids?
Good. I mean, Bergie's he's doing what we asked him to do, and that's put us on the scoreboard, and get us going that way. And the last two games, he's been really, really good. Even the first game he came back, I think he had 1-1. So he's producing offense is what we need.
for someone who's got a lot of NHL experience like he does? How do you keep him motivated down here in the A?
Well, it's his job. You know, number one, it's his job. He's got to do that. Our team is close, and so I mean they're all pulling for him to be good and to help us win. And our message has always been, when you're in this locker room, you play for the Griffins, and that's what we focus on, and that's been our mentality, and we're going to keep harping it on him. But there's no issue with Bergie in terms of motivation.
When Kostas as dominant as what's his ceiling? Just what's his ceiling?
Great question. I mean, he's a prospect and he's developing at a great rate right now, and he's playing really good for us. Obviously, his point streak continues. He's dominant tonight. I thought he was really good tonight. Again, his ceiling, my hope is he's going to be an NHL goaltender. But for us right now, the ceiling is he's making a push to be really, really good for us down the stretch in important games and through playoffs.
How important is it to score? I mean, 3 power play goals to score on the power play.
Well, it's huge. I mean, special teams are really big in this league, really big in the game of hockey, especially down the stretch, especially in the playoffs. So we had a conversation today that we want to start building for that with our special teams, and both special teams stepped up big. But to get power play goals early on, it creates some confidence offensively for our guys. And you see, once we got that goal, we started to be better offensively with pucks, and we want to put pucks and get pucks to the net. So it's a confidence booster.
As a coach, how do you keep your team motivated? I mean, you got the playoff berth locked up. You're really just playing for seeding at this point.
It's, you know what it is, it's we want to make sure we're detailed and we have good fundamentals heading into playoffs. There's no on-off switch. We want to make sure that we're playing our best hockey the minute we get to April 21st, that game's over. We want to make sure we're confident heading in. You know, there's no question marks. We're not wondering how we're going to be, that we're playing at a high level, competing at a high level. So there is no on-off switch we have to try and turn on. So that's the motivation, is to make sure our guys are ready, guys are prepared every night. There's still some jockeying for position within that lineup. I think that does create healthy competition.
Do you subscribe to the theory that, you know, a team like the Red Wings who are fighting for their playoff lives, every game's a playoff game for them? Do you subscribe to the theory that maybe that's an advantage going into the playoffs as opposed to where you guys are at? Or?
Nope. It's a whole other animal, playoffs, and we've been on both ends of it. I have been as a coach, and you know, you have usually a full week to prepare for that round one, and a lot of messages go into it. There's a lot to play for these guys in this room, and again, we want to be good going into it. So we don't want to take our foot off the gas pedal. We don't want to get into bad or lazy habits, and that's why, you know, our expectations, standards remain high.
Is it too early to name Kosa starters?
No,
for the playoffs? It
is. We're going to keep managing this here, and you know, I don't want to start putting that out there or who's going to be where and what. We've got a lot of time for that still.
First game of a 3-game stretch against Rockford in the next week and a half here. How important was it to capitalize on it in front of the home crowd?
Well, we put a lot of emphasis on winning here at home and being good here at home. Our record indicates that and shows that our guys take care of business here. So to get that first one here, it's great. And now it's an opportunity to respond and go try to win a game in a tough Rockford building. We've had success there in the past, but it is not easy. It's not easy. So it's a good challenge for us. It's nice to get the first one, but now we want to get the second one.
Hunter Johannes made his pro debut tonight. What can you say about that?
Well, you know, after the first shift, I think he had probably 3 hits, mixing up at net front there in one of his shifts, and we missed that. You know, big body who's not shy to be physical, who's going to get his nose dirty at times, and that's what we need. We need him to be that guy, and he's come in here. Obviously, first game, there's going to be some nerves for sure. As he settles in and gets comfortable, we'll see him. We'll see his true playing ability.